Good morning and welcome to Story Time on this lovely Tuesday morning. I hope you are ready for Tango Makes 3. And this one is written by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnell and illustrated by Henry Cole. Good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for joining us. And remember that Story Time is always available right here, recordings but live at 10:30 Pacific time. And then we're also available on YouTube as well as Instagram. So do join us for Story Time on all those platforms. But for now, we're getting ready to read Tango Makes 3. Good morning to you and welcome, and I hope you enjoy this amazing story. Good morning to you. Please let us know as always where you're joining us from, who is joining in with you indeed. Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Let us see who is with us. Yes, good morning to you, Solomon and Absa. How are you doing today? And Asta, I hope you're having yourselves a beautiful morning. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining in Story Time. Zaye Leilani, good to see you here. Thank you for joining in Story Time. Zahire, how are you doing? Good to see you. Lucy and Wally, how are you doing today? And of course, Anne Braveman, how are you doing today? Good to see you here. Thank you for joining in. I hope you're having yourselves a good day out there in LA. Good morning to you. Good morning, Zaire, and you say your mom is about to watch as well. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, bring on the party. Thank you so much. A big good morning to you, Shamarin, as you join us. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Kingsley Ezioma, thank you for making my life easy today. Sandra, Sopuru, Choco, and Rinze, how are you doing today? All the way out in Denmark. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have yourselves a beautiful evening. But first of all, we have this story to enjoy together. Thank you. Ellen Edwards in Chicago, how are you doing today? How is Chicago today? Thank you for joining in. As always, Ellen, great to see you here. Thank you so much. Yes, Shamarin, one more time, how are you doing? And Jade, how are you doing with Ava Scarlett? I hope you're having yourselves a beautiful start to your day. Good morning to you. Thank you so much, Kingsley. Thank you. I thought I should go with the hair up today. Thank you so much for joining in. All right, good morning to you. And one more time, and you're saying it's finally blue skies in LA. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes, same here in Auckland. It's clearing up, and I hope this continues. Long may it continue indeed. Thank you so much for joining in and for sharing that beautiful news. Thank you, thank you. One more time, Zayele Lani, good morning to you. All right, Miss Champion, how are you doing? Tanisha Champion Benjamin, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, Emerson representing right here. Good morning to you. Good morning, Miss Champion. Thank you. Good morning to you, Harmony Beth. How are you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining in. As always, I hope you're having yourself a beautiful day. Yo, Ellen, you're saying Chicago is sunny today. Well, enjoy the sun, Ellen. Thank you so much. And to you, Shamarin, one more time. And Zaye, keep it coming. Anais, good morning to you. How are you doing? I hope you're ready for Tango Makes 3. I hope you're ready for this one, Anais. Good to see you. Are you still in LA or are you back in the Bay Area? Good morning to you, Anais. Good morning to you, K Coffee. Thank you so much for joining in. All right, so we're going to get started. Tango Makes 3. And this one is written by Justin Richardson and Peter Parnell and illustrated by Henry Cole. Good morning to you. And of course, we are reading this one with permission of Simon and Schuster. All right, let us get started with our story for today. I am excited. Tango Makes 3. Beautiful. In the middle of New York City, there is a great big park called Central Park. Children love to play there. It has a toy boat pond where they can sail their boats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. Best of all, it has its very own zoo. Every day, families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. I want to go to the zoo. But children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. There are red panda bear families with mothers and fathers and fairy red panda bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. There are Todd families and toucan families and cotton top tamarin families too. Oh, lots to see. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year, at the very same time, the girl penguin starts noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girls. When the right girl and the right boy find each other, they become a couple. Two penguins in the penguin house were a little different. One was named Roy and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other and walked together. They sang to each other and swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo would wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Gramsay, noticed that the two penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home, so they built a nest of stones for themselves. Every night, Roy and Silo slept together, just like the other penguin couples. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together. But one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something that they could not. The mama penguin would lay an egg. She and Papa Penguin would take turns keeping the egg warm until finally it would hatch, and then there would be a baby penguin. Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on and keep warm. They had no baby chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. One day, Roy found something that looked like what the other penguins were hatching, and he brought it to their nest. It was only a rock, but Silo carefully sat on it and sat. Oh. And sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept, and when Silo was done sleeping and sitting, he swam and Roy sat. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock, but nothing happened. Then Mr. Gramsay had an idea. He found an egg that needed to be cared for, and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest. Every day they turned it, so each side stayed warm. Some days Roy sat while Silo went for food. Other days it was Silo's turn to take care of their egg. They sat in the morning and they sat at night. They sat through lunchtime and swim time and supper. They sat at the beginning of the month, and they sat at the end of the month. They sat all the days in between. Until one day, they heard a sound coming from inside their egg. Beep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back. Squawk, squawk, beep, beep, answered the egg. Oh my goodness. Suddenly, a tiny hole appeared in the egg's shell. And then, what was to happen? Crack! Out came their very own baby. She had fuzzy white feathers and a funny black beak. Now Roy and Silo were fathers. We will call her Tango, Mr. Gramsay decided, because it takes two to tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry. They fed her food from their beaks. They snuggled her in their nest at night. Tango was the very first penguin in the zoo to have two daddies. Soon, Tango grew strong enough to leave their nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim, just like all the other penguin families. And all the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with the other penguins. Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango! They cheered. Oh. At night, the three penguins returned to their nest. There, they snuggled together, and like all the other penguins in the penguin house, and all the other animals in the zoo, and all the families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. Oh. The end. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that one. And that was And Tango Makes Three. Yes, indeed, a celebration of all the different types of families that we have out there in the world. Thank you so much. Such a great book. I hope that you can have this for your collection and indeed begin to have conversations at home about the amazing families that we have and indeed the celebration that must happen around each and every one of them. Yes, yes, indeed. Beautifully written, Harmony Beth, like you say. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I enjoyed that book and I hope you did as well. Thank you so much to everybody that joined in. Let us see who else is with us. But yes, that was And Tango Makes Three. Yes, indeed, a beautiful family. All right, let us go and see who else joined us this morning. Good morning to you one more time. All right, Kate Coffee, you saying you're still in LA. All right. Well, enjoy your time, Anais. Have fun out in LA. Keep enjoying. And Dr. Kobe says, students, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, to you, cohort, what number is the cohort at Cal State East Bay? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I hope one day again we get to meet, our paths get to cross. Thank you so much. All right. Zaire. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you loved it. It's a beautiful blue sky. Absolutely. Chriselle, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, you're joining in with Clay out in Long Beach. How are you doing today? And Rocco is here today. All right. Good morning to you, Rocco. I am glad that your break you were able to be with us today on your break. Thank you, thank you. Good morning to you, Rocco. Good morning to you, Clay. And good morning to you, Chriselle, out in LBC. Yes, that greeting is now complete. Zaire, how are you doing one more time? Ava, Scarlett, and your friend Sienna. Thank you so much for joining us for story time this morning. I hope you enjoyed our story today. Isabel, how are you doing with Leon and Mateo? Are you back in Oakland or are you still in Oklahoma? Good morning to you. Thank you so much. And Zaire, your mom says good morning to you, Sugar Face. All right. Amanda West, how are you you doing today? With Sarah and Nathan, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Oh my God, Abraham, back in the house. Good to see you here. Harriet Nalungwe, all the way out in Zambia, joining in with Abraham. How are you doing today? I am so glad you're here. It's been a minute. Good to see you back. Enjoy yourselves and have yourselves a beautiful night. And I hope for you, Abraham, school is going really well. All right, Donna, how are you doing? Joining in with Salvador today. How are you? Good to see you the other day at school, Donna, and I am glad you're here. A big hug for you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, thank you, Zaye. Dr. Cobb, thank you so much as always. Yes, beautiful story indeed. I am glad you enjoyed that one. And Harmony Beth, you said beautifully written story about inclusion. Absolutely. And that's what story time is all about, inclusion. Yes, we are all together. Thank you so much, all the beautiful families. All right. And Braveman, you say, I do like this story from Wally. Oh my goodness. Wally, you're melting my heart. Thank you so much. Have yourself a beautiful day, Wally. And of course, big sister Lucy, thank you so much for joining us as always. Lisa Bryers, thank you for joining us today. And good to see you here on Storytime. Who is joining in with you? Please let us know. Thank you so much for joining us. One more time, Jackie in South Dakota joining in with Lane Madsen. How are you doing? And Jackie, do remind me, let me know if I got your name correctly. Is it Jassy or Jackie? Let me know. Thank you so much for joining in. I want to get your name right. Good morning. Harriet Nalungwe, absolutely. I am glad you're here. Thank you so much. All right. And a big shout out to you, Team 25 at Cal State East Bay. Thank you so much as always. Appreciate you, Dr. Cobb. I am an alum. Yes, proud alum of Cal State East Bay. Thank you so much. All right. To you, Davey, one more time. How are you doing with Maria Antonia? I am so glad you could be here with us. Jade, Sienna, Ava Scarlett, thank you so much, and I hope to see you again tomorrow when we are back for another exciting story. And tomorrow is all about family, continuing the trend on family, and we'll be reading Charlie and Mouse and Grumpy. Really heartwarming story. I hope you enjoyed it. You join in for that one. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Absolutely love it and look forward to this one tomorrow. Charlie and Mouse and Grumpy, and find out what they're all about and what, of course, they're up to. Thank you so much to everybody that joined in today. I absolutely appreciate it. And okay, so JC, yay, all right, Lane Madsen, thank you so much. I've got it now. It's right there. JC, thank you so much for joining in, and I love it that you're here, joining us from South Dakota. Good morning to you. Harriet Nalunga, say Abraham is enjoying the story and getting ready for school tomorrow. Well, Abraham, have yourself a beautiful day at school tomorrow, and of course, enjoy your night tonight. Yes, thank you so much for joining in. And Sophie, how are you doing? I hope you're having yourself a beautiful morning. And of course to you, Matilda, as well. Good morning. Thank you so much. All right. From me, it is much love as always. And I will see you in the morning when we are back for Charlie and Mouse and Grumpy. Do join us for that fun. Thank you so much. Much love as always. And I will see you in the morning. Bye-bye.